All right, Jordan, what a year it's been for you. Let's recap the last 12 months or so here. NCAA College Cup champion, Matt Herman Trophy winner, MLS Rookie of the Year, and now MLS Cup champion. For all that, it makes you our adrenaline performance presented by Toyota. Let's go places here on SI Now. What has this last 12 months been like for you? Can you put it into words?
No, I really can't. It's been unbelievable. And as a kid growing up in Seattle, following the Sounders and, growing up wanting to go to Stanford, I always dreamed about things like this happening, but I never thought they would come true. So
let's put you on the spot. Which one of those honors means the most to you?
Definitely the team ones. I think both winning a national championship and winning the MLS Cup were just unbelievable experiences. When you can do something bigger than yourself and accomplish something with your team, it's pretty special. Kind
of a unique experience. The MLS Cup played in frigid Toronto over the weekend. Temperatures about 10 degrees or so. Pretty different soccer setting than you're used to playing. You guys criticized a little bit. Despite being the champ, some said you didn't deserve it. You didn't register a single shot on net during regulation. It was decided in a shootout. What do you say to those critics that have been tough on the Sounders after the title?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, honestly, all credit to Toronto. They are a very good team, and they made it really difficult for us going into a harsh environment like that, playing against a tough team. And I think a lot of finals are going to be like that. Guys aren't going to want to make mistakes, and it's going to be kind of a scrappy game, and it definitely was. And they, at some points, did have the run to play, but as a team, we stuck together, and that was kind of our mantra all year. We were a team that worked hard and fought till the end, and then I think, like I said, a lot of games are going to come down to the wire like that, and ours went to PKs, and fortunately we were able to come out on top. But again, all credit to Toronto. They made it really, really tough on us.
How much did the weather play a factor in this game with the type of game that we saw, without the type of scoring that we're used to seeing?
Yeah, it can be tough, but again, it was the same for both teams, and that's just something you got to deal with. There's nothing you can do about it, and you just got to be able to control the controllable. So that was kind of our message going into the game.
All right, you're fresh off the victory parade in your hometown of Seattle. You grew up in the area, playing for your hometown team. Can you explain what this championship, playing for the team that you grew up around, will mean to you, and how it might change your life?
Yeah, like I said, it's unbelievable. Being around the Seattle sports scene growing up and following the Mariners, the Seahawks, the Sonics when they were there, and then the Sounders when they got a team. I just know how special the sports scene is in Seattle, and to be part of that first team, to bring a championship back to my hometown, and to see the reaction we got when we landed and when the parade happened, it's unbelievable. So we did that for the fans. They deserve it, and they support us all season. It wasn't always pretty. There were a lot of ups and downs throughout the season, but they stuck by us all the way through, and we appreciate that and brought that home for them.
You finished up at Stanford last December, quickly went into the professional ranks. What about the challenges you faced this year? What was the toughest challenge you faced adjusting to the pro game, but also being a professional?
Yeah, I mean, I was diagnosed with diabetes when I was 9, and I think that was probably the biggest challenge, just dealing with being a professional athlete as well as dealing with this disease. And there's different things like the new adrenaline from playing in front of 40,000 people that can spike my blood sugar up. But for me, with this platform as a professional athlete, now I really want to speak out about diabetes. And when I was growing up, it was looking up to guys like Jay Cutler or Adam Morrison that played professional sports. And I kind of hopefully want to be that to the younger generation. And fortunately for us, a lot of new technologies have come out recently. I wear an insulin pump. I wear what's called a Dexcom continuous glucose monitor, and it's a device that really helps me before games. As a diabetic, my blood sugar has to be in perfect control, or else I'm going to struggle on the field. And so this monitor, instead of having to check my blood sugar 6-7 times going into a game, it's constantly reading my blood sugar every 5 minutes to my phone. And so it takes that anxiety out of the game a little bit, where instead of focusing on my diabetes, focusing on what my blood sugar is, it's really just focusing on my game and what I can do to help the team. So I think that in general has been the biggest challenge, is just learning how to deal with that in a professional environment.
A lot to balance out. Yeah, absolutely. How about the national team? You were left off the national team for Copa America. How much did that snub motivate you in your first season as a pro?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's always a dream to be a part of a big tournament like that. And at the time, like I said, when Jurgen didn't pick me, I completely respected his decision. There were a lot of great forwards in the U.S. that he decided to go a different route, and I understood that and respected that. But as a player and as a competitor, you always want to be part of that group. So when I was left off, it just gave me motivation to go out every game, every practice, and continue to get better and work on the things that I know I need to work on to get to the next level. So definitely added some fuel to my fire there.
You mentioned Jurgen Klinsmann. He's gone. Bruce Arena, now the U.S. national team head coach. What kind of impact do you think he'll have for the U.S.?
I think Bruce is a good coach. I think to start it all off, I have to say thank you to Jurgen, because as a young college player, he took a chance on me. While I was still in college, to call me up to the national team. My career would be in a completely different spot without him. So thankful to him, obviously. But Bruce, played against his team this year with the Galaxy, and he's obviously done an amazing job there and with the national team before. So I'm excited to hopefully keep getting called in and work with Bruce.
Very cool. And now you mentioned your challenge balancing diabetes, being a professional. Your dad's on staff with the Sounders. That's got to be a big help. I know he's on the medical team. Does it help having a guy like him, a family member, to kind of guide you through this process?
Yeah, definely, for sure. It's nice to have him in the locker room. And like I said, that there's an app on my phone now that reads my blood sugar, and the Dexcom has come out with this sharing ability, so my parents can have it on their phone too as well, that reads to their phone every 5 minutes, so my dad can have it on his phone, during games or while we're in the locker room, and we can talk about different strategies of what I need to do to make sure my blood sugar is good going into games. So having my dad there has been a huge help.